Welcome to the podcast. Da 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 da.
We're back and we're better. I want you bad as ever.
I
Want
want
me this
to be.
letter. I wanna be forever.
You know what? I'm going to be real.
Be real. Remember that? What a fucking failure that app was.
I never got it.
I thought it was gonna take off.
I never got it.
Cool concept, actually.
I remember the creator of it messaged your brother, Kyle, Jack, and was like, hey, I made this app called BeReal. Would you want to do a promo video for it?
No way. Before it was huge.
Back when it just started.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, look, we're not going to go into too much tour recap, I don't think. We've
kind of done it.
Yeah, we've done it. Brisbane,
Yeah.
you were amazing.
We'll go into Brisbane.
Brisbane was really cool. And thank you to everyone that came. And also, when's the vlog out? Do we know?
I think Sunday
Sunday.
we're going to aim for.
Yeah.
Sunday. So you've got a nice vlog to look forward to before
Sunday,
your pod
6
on Monday.
p.m. Sunday, 6 p.m. A
Yeah.
whole tour vlog.
You'll be
we've got a lot of
excited.
shit. Yeah, it's fun. It's like proper YouTube, not just like a little vlog on TikTok or Instagram.
Proper shit.
Proper shit. You know what I mean?
So we hope you enjoy that. We've seen Blitz. And Kyle's great.
It was a good tour. Perth was amazing. All the venues were great, firstly.
All the venues, amazing. Big shout out to Sam from Sydney at the Paddo RSL.
Yeah, she was a goat.
Shanae from
Rosemount
Perth.
Hotel.
absolutely unreal.
Dan from the Comics Lounge.
Oh, Dan always from the Comics Lounge. Unreal. Rhino Room were great.
Rhino Room were amazing.
Brisbane also fantastic.
Yes.
One little gripe I've got, which I think I'm going to go into in the Bean Spillers,
Yeah.
which you and I both share.
Yeah, nothing major, but
Nothing
just a
major,
little bit that
but-
tickled me the wrong way.
Tickled us the wrong way, and look, I don't want to be blasting it on the full pod, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. It's not worthy of that.
It's not worth that.
It's not worth it because the venue was amazing.
You know what was worth it, though?
What?
For me personally, that Brisbane first show was so much fun. That Brisbane first show for me was maybe my favourite show we did.
That's interesting. Okay, 'cause
You
I thought
loved the Brisbane second
was
show?
better, yeah.
I'm going to say this. The Brisbane second show, I couldn't tell if it was our show or the person that got very drunk and decided to call out every chance they got. If it was their show.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure whose show it was. Second crowd, you know what I'm talking about?
A lot of calling out.
Just can't tell whose show it was at some points. Can't tell who they'd paid the money to see.
Yeah.
But anyway, good fun
Yeah,
nonetheless.
the reason I didn't like the first show as much because I was very... whenever I have big events, right, I always get a crash. I think everyone does. I think it's pretty normal. But I, in particular, really get them. I've spoken about it before. When I used to plan those golf
called
days and
post-show
stuff,
blues.
No, but it's not necessarily because of the shows. I've had it
But
with
that's like
everything.
the expression. Yeah.
So just whenever it's like people get it after their wedding days and stuff. You got such a build up to
I
this
know
thing, and then
someone
it's
who's gonna get it
done,
after
and then
that,
it's crash, right? And because we did our Sydney show Thursday, then had Friday, Saturday off, and it was a very busy week, I felt like I had my crash coming into Brisbane. So I was quite flat before the Brisbane first show. You know what I mean? So I didn't feel as great on stage. And then that first show gave me a big adrenaline rush. Came in hot for the second show. That's where my perspective comes in.
Well, the second show were great actors because we posted a TikTok second show, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
And at the moment of recording, it's on about, 6.8 million views.
Fucking blew up.
And all the dumb fucks think it's real.
I know.
Even though I posted it on my account and the caption on the screen the whole time is, those videos where...
And your whole persona is skits.
And people are like, this is obvious. Either it's these people, well, there goes his career, which you're an idiot. Yeah. Secondly, this is so clearly staged.
I love that one.
Well,
I reckon that one's even dumber.
That one's worse.
I reckon that one's worse, to be honest. Because I can picture like a 50-year-old mum being like, oh, doesn't really read the caption, it doesn't have her glasses, and she's like, oh, that's comedian, there goes his career.
But
and for
here's
someone
my
to be
thing, it's like, oh, well, and then the third one is skit or not, it's just not funny either way. Well, you obviously don't know what I'm making fun of, right? You don't know that I'm making fun of comedians that perform like that and have those breakdowns.
Which there's been a few of in the media.
There's been
lately.
a few of in the media. And also, sorry, if you were there and the Brisbane second show and first show, because we filmed two, it was so much fun. All of us there.
It was a good vibe.
Giving some directions. The vibes were great. Everyone was excited to be filming it. We were all having fun. We snapped into character, big thank you. Like, it was fun. We were all a part of something
a
special, and
production
we've
is what it
immortalized it online. So it was fun.
Yeah, it was great.
And sorry that you weren't there. The one that pissed me off was, this bloke doesn't make millions. He's in a tracksuit. Someone said, yeah, I make millions. He's holding a bottle of water. What the hell does that mean? Firstly, no shit, I don't make fucking millions. I'm a comedian. Secondly, what? It's a...
yeah,
come on.
I haven't seen
Come on.
I haven't been reading the comments, but...
They're like, mate, you've sold 14 seats. You probably make $200 a night. You're not making millions. Bro, this isn't real.
Yeah, it's a gag.
This is as real as the new Lilo and Stitch
Wait, did you say
movie.
that in the video? I make millions.
I go, I make millions.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Because that's how they carry on these fucking comics.
Yeah, I know. Listen.
Anyway.
It's the great thing about fucking TikTok. Every video, any video that goes semi-decent, there's mixed comments on it. You know what I mean? Everyone's got such a different understanding, perspective, view on humour, personality, sense of humour, everything.
It's just boring at this point.
Anyway, the last 2 days, so as I said, I had a crash. Brisbane picked me back up, right? Get home Sunday. Now, look, don't get me wrong. That to be able to do what we did the last week and go on tour across the country.
Luckiest ever.
Like 2 best friends plus Kyle, the 3 best friends that anyone's ever had.
2 best friends plus Kyle.
As it now has become the 3 best friends anyone could have. You know what I mean? It was just Pat and Will, and now there's Kyle. And it's amazing. And it's honestly like so blessed, so lucky, of course.
I'm waiting for the but.
I'm not taking away anything from that, but it was like very non-stop. Yeah. Like I think the way we booked our flights and stuff, I felt like we never actually sat down and relaxed. You know what I mean?
We did it wrong.
So I was very exhausted at the end of it. You know what I mean? Sunday night, I just plump on the lounge. Yesterday, Sunday night I get home, I ordered so much fucking Macca's, bro, and just fucking hoofed it in. I hoofed in like a double McChicken, a fucking double cheeseburger, nuggets. Like I went nuts. Anyway,
Tiana, enjoy it?
Yeah, Tiana got a little apple pie. Anyway,
random. Gets
to Monday, I'm like, I'll kick back into, get back into routine. I wake up Monday morning, bro, and I woke up early with Lani, went down to Coogee, spent the morning with Lani, and then I got home, took her to school, and I was just like, holy fuck, like I am rooted, bro. Like it really hit me. And then Tiana's like, fuck, I'm so tired. And we're kind of like, fuck it. Should we just have a nothing day? So I open up the Uber Eats and I'm like, fuck it, bro. I'm getting Macca's brekkie. Like,
no way. Yeah, hell yeah.
I was like, fuck this, bro.
Yeah.
Couple fucking double McMuffins. I got the hot cakes. I was just going, fuck. Bro, we just lay on the lounge for like Tiana. Like we both had shit to do. We're like, fuck this. Slept on the lounge. Just had a
Fucked
nothing
on the
day.
lounge probably.
No, we didn't even have nothing was sexual. It was just like tired. And then boshed some Chinese last night.
From
the one at Randwick. Wasn't that in Malabar? I was quite disappointed with it, to be honest, because the one I normally go to, Chong Sing Barbecue House, was closed. A lot of Chinese places closed on Mondays. Anyway, boshed some Chinese, smacked some cookies and cream connoisseur, like ate so much food and just did nothing yesterday because I needed it. Slept about 11 and a half hours last night. Woke up this morning, went for my run to get back into it. It's probably the hardest run out of all the runs I've done since I started.
How bad was that Chinese place that we went for Shep's birthday and we walked in and it was like silent?
That was it. That's where I got it from last night.
Oh, how bad is it?
Yeah.
It's not nice.
It wasn't good, bro. And it was so annoying. It's just like, fuck, I wasted because I was so sick last week. I was like, I'm just going to eat fucking whatever. Like, honestly, I ate like 0 calories over 4 days. Like, I'm just going to have a fuck it week. You know what I mean? And I'm back into my eating good and training. I've wasted a good Chinese, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't satisfied.
Yeah.
I'm still craving a good Chinese feed because I wasn't satisfied from last night.
I wonder, like
they're so lovely. The
curry puffs, right? So I got a curry puff the first time I had a curry puff, and it was like the yummiest thing in the world. Yum. What a great thing. But then every time I've gotten a curry puff since, there's heaps of like vegetables and peas and carrots in it. And I'm like...
That's a curry puff, butt lad.
Yeah, but the curry puff I got was just the yellowy stuff in it. I was like, that's a curry puff because there's curry in it and then there's puff. One thing I really don't like is added things into, you know what I mean? When like I ordered a burger the other day and it was like cheese. It's like a great burger, like your standard burger, cheese, tomato. I was like, okay, yum. Order it, no cheese, no tomato, please. Then it comes with lettuce, onions, pickles. And I'm like, I'd love to have known that was going to come.
Yeah, they should specify
on top of the burger. People add something, and it's also meat pies. When people try and stuff in little extra stuff, like I'll take a bite of a meat pie, there's bits of onion in there, there's bits of something else.
Specify
Just stick to
what's
the
in
meat
it.
and the fucking gravy, mate.
No,
I didn't
but if-
order a
if
meat and
you're
onion
not-
pie.
Say what's in it. You know what I mean?
I want to know every ingredient to the fucking letter.
Well, this is the thing. I felt bad last night because I walk into this Chinese store.
Dead empty.
And on the phone, I was like, oh, do the spring rolls have mushrooms in them? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay, perfect. I'll get some spring rolls, please.
I remember them having
Then I
mushrooms
walk in
them,
there,
bro.
and it's empty, bro. And it's a husband and a wife.
Dead empty.
And she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. The steak, I got like steak fillet and black pepper sauce. Like, she goes, it's got mushrooms in it. And the husband jumped up and he was like, oh, I'm going to make you a new one. I was like, no, guys. I was like, are they like really small? They're like, no, they're like pretty normal size. I was like, I'll just pick it out. Like, don't go making a new one. They're like, no, you might have an allergy. Like, please. And the husband's like walking into the kitchen. I'm like, bro, like, please. I was like, don't go make another one.
Bro, there's no allergy.
I pick them out.
I just overdosed on mushrooms a while ago and had a wig out in a pool in Bali and ever since ruined my life, brother. There's no allergies, brother.
So that was so nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously, I didn't make them go get a new one. I just picked them out. So it breaks my heart that the food wasn't good because I'm not going to go back. But I wish it was good enough to go support them more.
I'm going to say this. They're lovely people.
Yeah.
Get into another industry because you're not good at cooking or running a restaurant. Simple as that.
Where they are in Malabar, I reckon it would be... They must be doing well.
I can't wait to see it close down.
It was a Monday
they're not
night.
good.
No, they've been there for years, but... They've been there for as long as I can remember.
Then they're selling people on the side.
No.
For that type of real estate,
I think it gets... Maybe just because I was maybe the first meal of the night, we got it pretty early so Lani could eat with us. Maybe that's... what it was. But I normally go to my normal one. Anyway, point being, I've been a lazy fat fuck the last couple of days and just hoofed in anything in my sights. Hoofed in a bag of Minties. Hoofed in a bag of chicken drumsticks, which are underrated. Well, you know those inner biscuits?
Yeah. Oh. You know, there's a new flavour.
I did not leave.
There's a new flavour.
I slept and ate. That's all I've done the last 2 days. Sleep and eat.
Dude, there's a new flavour, peri peri. Looks yummy.
I just love the chicken drumstick one. Oh God, today's run was hard. After the first one, intervals, the legs were heavy, bro. Really felt it. That's all right.
There's a new terminology going around. It's not that new, but you know, it's come up. You know how there's, new terms. Aura points. We all know about that.
Oh yeah.
Plus 10 aura points. Basically, we all know what it means.
Give a rundown.
Well, if you lose aura points, it means you've like embarrassed yourself a bit, basically.
Okay. It's very, I feel like people who use Snapchat use aura points. You know what I mean? It's that kind of age.
Anyway, I've come up with my top 5 moments where you lose the most aura. Where your mystery kind of goes away. The moment where you fuck up, the embarrassing moments.
Is it the same as an ick?
Yeah. It's like an ick, except it's not romantic.
Okay.
It's more so like when you do something where it's like, oof.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So here's my top 5 loss of aura points. Number 5, this isn't even necessarily someone's fault. When you're getting happy birthday sung to you and you kind of stand there awkwardly and you're looking around. Oh, haha, yeah, thank you, everyone. You lose a bit of aura there.
However, I will say Mustafa gained aura when he stood on stage and had happy birthday sung to him in Melbourne.
He gained aura when we said, Mustafa, we'll sing you happy birthday. And we say, get up, stand up, and we'll sing happy birthday. The bloke's already halfway down the aisle, charging his way up stage.
And I'm glad he did.
And he got up there, 23 years old, sick cunt.
Sick cunt. Dressed.
Immaculately.
He's got a great sense of, he was dressed nicely.
Anyway, number 5, getting happy birthday sung to you. Number 4, when you're singing a word wrong, like when you're singing a song and then you sing the wrong lyric. And you fuck up the song. Mm-hmm. Loss of aura points, in my opinion. Now, here's where we get proper embarrassing. Mm-hmm. Number 3, when you're at the footy or something, or when you're at a public space and you start a chant and no one joins in.
Oh, fuck.
You're losing aura points majorly.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Roosters! And then, as with most Roosters fans, dead silence.
That doesn't sound like the start of a chant.
Or it'll be more like, chook, chooky, chooks.
Okay.
Nothing. Number 2, pulling out of a park when you're trying to do it. So you try park, then there's a line of cars behind you, and you try again, and then you go, fuck it, and you pull out and you just leave the spot.
Yeah.
That's a big, losing a lot of aura points there, failing to park. This one, this is the number 1 for me. This is, you've lost all aura in the world. You're an embarrassment, and you should leave. Hurting yourself whilst physically exerting frustration.
What, so you're angry and say you like punch a wall
You go,
and
fucking
then you
hell.
hurt your hand.
Like that.
Yeah.
Or you storm off and you slip a little. Like you kick a table and you kind of slip over while doing it.
Yeah.
That is like, mate, there's no coming back from that one.
I see them all as icks. It's like running
that's
for a
aura
bus,
points.
chasing a napkin, all things like that. They're fucked. Cunts chasing napkins on the floor, lad. Let it go in a turtle's mouth, bro. Don't go running for it. You know what I mean? Love your turtles. Eat my napkin, cunt, so I don't have to run and people watch me.
I'll go one step further. Love you, turtles, but I will personally shove 1,000 plastic straws up your nostril if it means I don't have to sip out of a paper straw ever again.
Well, you want to hear when a young Pat Clifton lost aura points?
Yeah.
Young Pat Clifton, huge crush on this girl in primary school. You know what I mean? And I was going out for the day. Oh, I would have maybe been like year 3, year 4.
Fuck. So you're 2 years away from rooting anyway.
I was going out for the day with the family and I had this blue tracksuit and I put it on and I looked really good. I probably looked like an idiot, but I thought I looked
What
good,
type
you know
of
what
blue?
I mean?
Sky blue, navy blue,
Like pretty...
blueberry blue.
Darker than that We Mean Well set. Kind of like the Aussie flag blue. See that Chili's laying on?
Aussie flag blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm looking good. I think it had a rhino on the front or something. And I was walking around all day on this boat and that like I'm a scucks. Anyway, I was like, you know what? Next mufti day, I'm going to fucking wear this.
Shit,
and this is going to get me my crush. There's no
Man.
doubt about it. So I check the school calendar and I mark it down, school mufti day, 3 months. And I'm not even kidding, bro. I'm waking up, I'm looking at this tracksuit every day. Like, this is the, I'm going to get it.
Since.
No, I'm saving it. You know what I mean? Like, this is the tracksuit, bro. 2 months to go. I'm like, there it is. Like, you're looking good. I'm envisioning me and this girl holding hands in year 4. Anyway, the day comes and I wake up and it's mufti day.
Quarter of a year.
And I bring it out and I've packed on a few kegs. And Pat Clifton squeezes on this tracksuit. And he's looking a bit like Michelin Man, bro.
No, Patty.
And I just started crying, bro, because I was so upset for months. I had this fucking outfit set out in my head that was going to score me the girl of my dreams. And I just looked like a fat little roly-poly-oly all tucked in this tight little blue tracksuit, bro. And I cried to mum for probably minutes. I probably cried for minutes. And mum said, come on, Pat. Just fucking pull up, mate.
And you know what, Pat? The patriarchy makes women feel like that every day.
Okay.
To put a full stop on that story.
Okay.
That's what the patriarchy does to women.
That was young me losing aura points in that moment. I'll never forget it. I was devastated.
Kyle loses aura points for leaving us waiting for the Uber for 10 minutes in Melbourne.
Losing the key card.
For losing the key card.
Lots of aura points being lost on Kyle's behalf.
Just in our meeting then. Left the microphone in the room.
Just left the microphone.
Left the bag on top of the thing outside.
Well, listen, when you're that good at editing and your job, you got to be shit at other things. So all is forgiven. Also think you lose aura points puffing your Ventolin in public. Yuck. I get so embarrassed. I walk around struggling to breathe sometimes until I get an empty space where I can just do it.
Really?
Yeah. It's so embarrassing in my opinion.
One thing I refuse to do, is this a weird one? I refuse to change directions and walk the other way quite quickly. If I realize I've gone the wrong way, I hate going like oh, I'll just turn around and walk the other way. I'll make up some sort of excuse. Like if I'm walking with my headphones on and I go, oh shit, I need to be going that way. I'll go, boop. I'm not even on the phone. Hello? Yeah. Where are you? Oh, yeah. Yep, cool. I'll just start heading the other way.
I see that.
No one even knows. No one cares. But I have to. I can't just because I think if I
turn around.
I think if I do a 180 and start walking backwards, this is how everyone's going to think. What the hell is that freak doing? What's he got planned?
Yeah,
He's
I agree.
definitely gay.
Oh yeah, it's a.
You know what I mean?
That's the number one sign people are gay,
Doing a 180,
Doing a
and
180.
walking the other way.
Yeah.
100%.
and just landing on a cock.
That was good.
That was really bad.
Oi,
That wasn't good.
I got pretty intimidated today at the gym.
Did ya? So you're back into it.
Yeah, and I got very intimidated.
What happened?
Because it seemed like every gym instructor that worked there, I got there quite early. I got there like, this is my early, but I got to the gym at like 9.
Yeah.
Right?
So it should be quiet, realistically speaking.
Yeah, it should be quiet. But also, I think like every single worker who works there must have just not started their shift until 9:30 maybe or something like that. They were all gymming. All the people that work there, all these muscle bros.
Yeah. Well, they've probably put in their morning shift
And
of
it was
everyone
me,
before work.
Me and about 3 of them. And we were all in that same vicinity. And you know when the machines are kind of out facing each other? So I'm doing my shit little set. And then I'm just looking at them and they're like all the weight that you could possibly have on one machine. And then chatting to each other and then kind of, bro, every time I was going, none of them were. So I just know that they were in their head looking at me going, what the fuck's this idiot doing?
Nah, I don't think personal trainers do that. And if you do, you shouldn't be a personal trainer.
I know, but even, not like they were talking about me, but in their mind, you can think whatever you want in your head.
Yeah, it's true. What are you doing? Am I... Did I miss something? Like, he was just midway through a fucking story. He's just upped and left, bro. Like, am I the only one baffled in this scenario? Like,
Hey, mate, he can do whatever he wants to do.
what the fuck, mate? I can't believe, bro, this blue tracksuit when I put it on. I still remember it. It was fucked, bro. I don't know
Fatty
how I put on that.
petty.
Huh?
Fatty petty.
Fetty petty. It's fucked, bro. And it wasn't like, oh, you had a growth spurt. It was like, nah, lad, this is tight, cunt. You know what I mean?
There's no
like-
growth spurt in year 4.
Yeah, no, I had a fucking growth spurt outwards, obviously. Oh, it was depressing.
I'm very keen to have sex
Let's go, bro.
with this new dick.
Let's do it. This is when you should start the OnlyFans.
Because wanking is like, oh, this is what pleasure should feel like. This is what pleasure's about. You know what I mean?
So maybe you weren't asexual after all.
No.
You just needed a circ.
I was like, now I get it now. Yeah.
This is why they do what they do. So it's not going to hurt.
No. It's still, look, I don't think it's ready for the full peno yet. Do you know what I mean?
I'd be waiting the 6 weeks that the doctor recommended for your penoing.
Yeah, because I reckon if someone decided to go like, I'd be like, oh, and that's not me finishing. That's me going, that's enough,
I think
please.
you'd want to do it with someone you're comfortable with at first. Be
Definitely.
like, hey, just so you know, you're the first.
Like you,
post-circ
for
suck.
example, like you're a good mate of mine.
Yes.
Maybe you.
Potentially, if that's what the calling is, and that's what has to happen, then maybe.
If they said, Pat, for $1 billion, you have to be the first one that Will puts his new circ in.
No.
That's crazy. Would everyone here say no to that?
Go again.
I don't know if I want. I feel like I would ruin
For
our-
$1 billion, someone says, you get paid $1 billion, but you've got to be the first one I put my new circ in.
Yes, I'd do it.
A bill.
A bill.
In, by the way. Not sex, like in.
You just slide it in my ass.
I just go in, and then and then out.
Oh, so I wouldn't even feel it.
And you can eat Macca's and just chill on the... Like, you could literally
I
just...
think that's weirder if you're doing something.
Or you could put VR on and have your headphones on and just have your legs up like that and just be like eating or whatever. And you just might feel like it's like getting a needle. You'll be like, oh, there's the scratch, and then out again.
And then there's $1 billion in your bank account.
Now, I saw a great movie.
Okay.
And then this leads on to something you want to talk about. So a really great movie that...
I just don't get how there's enough movies being produced at the rate you watch them. It's crazy.
In fact, I'd like to do a little segment now. It's called Will's Letterboxd Corner, because I've seen a few movies and I would love to give a brief review on them. The first film I watched recently was called The Passenger.
And I like the sound of that.
And I gave it 4.5 out of 5. Would you like me to read you what it's about? And you can say if you like it or not.
Yeah, I like the sound of the title.
Bradley is perfectly content fading into the background. But when his co-worker Benson snaps and goes on a violent killing spree, he's forced to face his fears and confront his troubled past in order to find a way to survive.
I'm going to watch that tonight. Where do you watch that?
It's just on Prime.
Dude, I'm going to watch that tonight. I'm going to text Tiana right now. What's it called?
The Passenger. That's the... There it is.
The Passenger. Let's watch that tonight.
But it's a bit slower than you might think it is.
That's okay. I can do with slow in doses.
Basically, they go on a road trip after this.
I don't want to know anything else. Do you reckon I would enjoy it?
I think it's a little on the slow side for you. For me, it really hit hard. I loved it. And I think emotionally you might connect with it.
It's worth giving it a go.
It's worth giving it a go because it's about I like what its take on the two different types of masculinity.
Okay.
So to me,
but are there kills and shit in it?
We get 3 scenes of like violence, but it's not like kill. It's like kill, and then we get like 45 minutes of like road tripping and conversation. Then bit more violence, then 20 minutes.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Saw another film called Black Bag. 4 out of 5.
Also like the sound of this, but
I'll tell you this one.
Yeah.
When his beloved wife is suspected of betraying the nation, an intelligence agent faces the ultimate test: loyalty to his marriage or his country.
Fuck, I might tell Tiana we're going to watch that.
That's in the cinemas.
Or The Black Bag. I like that.
Bro, it's like, are you loyal to your squeeze or to the country? Okay.
What's next?
Locked.
I love the sound of this too.
2 out of 5. I did not like Locked as much as I should have. When Eddie breaks into a luxury SUV.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He steps into a deadly trap. With no means of escape, Eddie must fight to survive in a ride where,
So he breaks into a car, then he gets locked in.
Yeah.
Is he in it the whole time?
Yeah, but it's boring. They don't do anything interesting.
Does the car move?
Yeah, the car moves after about an hour and a bit.
Yeah, fuck.
Not great. This one is the one I want to talk about. 4.5 out of 5. The Rule of Jenny Penn. You wouldn't like this. In fact, this sounds like a nightmare for you. Not like a wig out nightmare, but to have to watch this is a nightmare for you. Confined to a secluded rest home and trapped within his stroke-ridden body, a former judge must stop an elderly psychopath who employs a child's puppet to abuse the home's residents with deadly consequences. So it's this old man with a little kid's puppet, and it's set in a retirement home, and he goes around and torments the other elderly residents. He like kills them off. And it's like this, he's got this little puppet that he has on his hands.
Yeah, it looks a bit like Chucky.
It does. And that was a brilliant film, and it was really funny. But, fun fact to everyone, the director of that film made a film that Pat and I have nominated for the Oscars 2 Oscars ago, or the Oscars before last, for Best Film.
Which was?
And it was called Coming Home in the Dark. And it was the one where the man gets his family killed in front of him. Remember they're in New Zealand?
A great
Great film. Same
That
director.
was a great film.
Coming Home in the Dark.
Wow. I
Yep.
really like that. Well,
So it moves on to Patrick's corner.
I watched a TV series that's trending at the moment, and it's called Adolescence. Now, do we have the synopsis of Adolescence?
Would you like me to read it out?
Yeah.
Actually, I'd love for you to read it out. If you go onto Letterboxd, it's the second one.
Adolescence, Netflix. A family's world turns upside down when 13-year-old Jamie Miller is arrested for murdering a schoolmate. The charges against their son force him to confront every parent's worst nightmare. Okay, that is not what Netflix said it was. That doesn't make me look good for what I'm about to say about it.
Can I, Pat, maybe read out what Letterboxd has?
Please.
When a 13-year-old is accused of the murder of a classmate, his family, therapist, and the detective in charge are all left asking what really happened.
Thank you. So when I read that, I'm thinking a 13-year-old is accused of murdering his classmate. Now,
I'm thinking what it says.
and it's left asking what really happened. So
I've not finished. I'm only two eps. I've
Okay.
I've
Same.
done 2 eps.
Same.
You've done 2 eps?
Yeah. It's a bit slow though.
Okay, so here's my thing.
I'm going to have a thing
That's-
after.
It's that in itself, that caption, that's what brought me in, makes me think that there's reason to believe it wasn't him. There's reason to believe that
There's a coming twist.
there's a twist coming, you know, which we generally see with films like this. Now, I posted on my story, this was the most pointless series ever.
Wait, have you just ruined it?
No. I take that back by saying pointless isn't the right word because they're trying to portray a message, an important message, a powerful message.
Oh.
But I don't think they've done it very well, in my opinion.
Now, Pat, I'm going to assume, and again, I've only watched 2 episodes, but I'm going to assume that your issue with this synopsis is the end bit that I'm going to reread again. What really happened?
Yes. What really happened? Kyle, if you think it's boring now, wait till you get to the last episode, lad. That's all I'm going to fucking say on that.
Well, I
matter.
think it just didn't need to be shot in
In one take. I don't like one take.
Things getting shot in one take is bullshit because it's like, hey, let's go down to the room downstairs.
Walk,
And normally
walk.
another movie that you would just see them in the room downstairs, but
Yep.
this just follows them walking with no dialogue, nothing for like 30 seconds.
Can I say this? For me personally, the first half of the first episode works
So
because
well.
you're in the boots of the cops
Yeah.
and the kid, and you're like, this is the process. It's a whirlwind. We're in their point of view. Holy shit, it's crazy. People coming and going. You go into this room where you sort this all out, and you're thinking, okay, this
Yes.
is a lot that's going on.
Yeah.
But this second episode, when we're at a school, and we're not even with the kid, we're not with the dad. Come talk to this kid in the recess hall. All right, 35 to 1 minute of walking
Yeah.
to the recess hall.
I will say this. The dad
Sick cunt.
is a amazing actor.
He wrote the show.
Amazing. So is the kid. They're all very good actors, but the dad and the kid in particular.
I like the cop as well.
Yeah, the cop's good too, but I really, really like the dad actor. Now,
Very Mark Bird energy.
I just think this is what I feel like. So the point of the show, if you look into it more, is about kind of the effects of young people with social media and the
treatment
internet,
towards women.
porn treatment towards women, all these things, right? The influence of their fathers, all these things that are all very important messages. I 100% agree with, but I think they targeted it. Like the whole time I was thinking what's going to happen because the kid's in denial the whole time. I didn't do it. I didn't. So you go,
Are we delving into some sort of spoilers?
can I just be like, nothing else happens in the show, bro. Like nothing else happens in the show. Like I'm not even kidding. The show ended, and I was like, they ran out of budget or something. They've just ended it.
Actually, your
No, I was
texts
like, I think
were so funny.
I think they've just stopped it, bro. I think they've stopped it.
I want to text you, everyone, what Pat said, because to me, this is really funny. He said,
That the point of the show is to portray that message and show it
Here
from
we
the
go.
parent's perspective. That's what the point of the show is.
Pat said this. Bro, Adolescence, misspelt, but that's fine. I actually can't explain. And I thought, holy shit, yes. And I went, don't. And he goes, how fucked it is. And I went, what? And he goes, do not watch it. Seriously, don't waste your time. And I went, shit up. So it's a will ending. And you went, bro, honest? It's like they got 4 eps in and just went sieves and stopped production.
Because
That's
I
so
went in with the
sad.
mindset based off that synopsis that it was going to be this kind of presumed innocent vibe, defending Jacob vibe, that kind of TV show. I don't think they 100% committed to this is more of a message and a powerful thing of what can go wrong with things like social media and parents' influence or whatever the message was they were trying to get. I felt like they played along 2 storylines and they really tried to keep one of them open of like, was it the kid? Wasn't it the kid? Was it when it's just, I just don't think they did it well. I think they could have committed to one or the other. That's how I feel I could have done it.
But you can tell us a story, the theme of a story, can be completely separate to the actual events of the story, right?
Yeah, I know, but I think maybe in my mind, I think if I rewatched it now, knowing that it's purely for a message and to make a point, I would understand it a lot more. But I feel like I wasn't paying as much attention to that because I was more paying attention to the storyline of did the kid do it or not, which I found more interesting. You know what I mean? That's what I was more focused on. But that's not the point of the show at all. And I don't think they articulated that very well, in my opinion. Like I said, the message and shit they're trying to get across, super important. But I don't think they committed to it very well.
Yeah, okay.
If I rewatched it now, I think I would have a better understanding and potentially enjoy it more. But I think they should have let us know from the get-go that was the point of it. Not left them with questions of like, fuck, did he do it? Did he not? Like,
My thing that I don't like with stuff with how it was made, the one take, back to that, I hate thinking this while watching something because to me it takes me out of it when I go, how did they do that?
yeah,
And I'm like, I shouldn't be thinking that while watching it. I should be so engrossed in it that I'm not even thinking about all these things. I shouldn't be taking out going, whoa, it's still in, wow, how'd they do this?
I was thinking about that a lot.
Because I get so bored when they're walking from room to room
Dude.
that I start to think about the logistics of it all.
Yeah, 'cause
And then that's
yeah.
just not what you should be thinking about.
I agree.
Also, without spoiling the first episode, the way it ends is so amazing that you're just like, wow, how can they top this? And so what you're saying is, well, they don't.
Yeah, then they go into, I guess, just showing this message. But again, I didn't realize that was the point of the show. So I was like, well, this
So you hear
isn't-
murder mystery, you go, it's about a murder mystery. But what's happened is you've been sold a murder mystery and what you're getting is not a murder mystery.
more of an educational
More
thing.
of a thing, yeah.
Which
yeah.
again, I'm not opposed to. Like, I think that's great, but I don't think they articulated that well. And I think that should have been more clear that that was the point of it, maybe. And maybe that's just a typical Pat Clifton
No, I don't
something
think
going
so.
over my head. But I posted that thing and so many people replied with mixed opinions. So like I feel like it's kind of split down the middle. But again, I'm not having a go at the message they're trying to push out. Very important. I just didn't think it was great.
Can I talk about one last little TV thing and then we'll move on? So The White Lotus is a huge show, right? It's in its 3rd season. There's been 6 episodes with 2 more left. When I cannot believe how little has happened in it. I reckon it's the least.
Sorry, you have spoke about this.
No, but not again because I've watched more.
Yeah.
I've never seen less happen in a show ever in my entire life. Everything that they set up in the first episode has still just not happened. Like there's this one storyline of 3 mums and they're all best mates. And when they arrive, they're kind of like a little snarky to each other. They're talking shit behind each other's back. I've watched them for 6 hours of my life and they're still a bit snarky.
Yeah,
They've not had a
Nothing's
fight.
developed.
No, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And everyone's going, loving this, can't believe this moment. And I'm like,
Do you reckon this is building to an absolute chaotic final episode, or just like a shit ending?
But I don't care about any of the characters.
okay.
So they could blow up,
You're
and
not
I'd go,
emotionally
all right.
invested in it, yeah.
Then there's these two brothers, right? In the very first episode, one of the brothers gets up naked and walks to the bathroom, and the younger brother's like eyeing him up and down, and you're like, ooh, that's a little bit like, weird. Why is he eyeing his brother up and down? 6 hours later, they've had a threesome with a girl, and they've kissed each other during the threesome, and it's like, is that because we knew that was gonna?
Yeah.
There's no
So it's kind of like no matter what the reveal is of who died and who did it, you're not emotionally invested in the characters. But like,
I shouldn't care. The beauty of the first two White Lotuses was like, I'm watching these great things unfold, and then you get to the last episode and you go, oh yes, someone's gonna die.
Yeah,
you forget because it's so good. This dude, if you're thinking of watching White Lotus, just watch the first season and the second season. This is the worst TV I've ever watched.
Wow.
It gets a 1 out of 5 for me.
Wow.
Bad. Watch Adolescence.
Yeah, watch Adolescence, but just go with the mindset that it's more an educational show.
But not more I don't think it's educational. I think that's the wrong word. I think it's more so it's not trying to tell a murder mystery.
No. It's trying to tell a message.
It's showing the breakdown of a family due to their
but a few people said, they replied, been like, if you delve into it a bit more about from the producer and stuff, they're showing the impacts of these things that young people are facing.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was just, there's parts where, like, in the episode you're on, when they're like, we got to find the murder weapon, like, we got to find out his motive, you know what I mean? Like, that, to me, is all leaning into things of, like, fuck, there's more to this. You know what I mean? Like, what is the motive? Where is the murder weapon? And then it's just kind of like the way it's revealed. Anyway, you just got to finish it.
Yeah, I'm going to finish it tonight, probably.
You got to finish it.
Sick of the one take. The only time a one take worked was 1917.
That was a great movie.
Because you're on this journey with them.
Yeah. And that it didn't really feel like,
Because they're walking somewhere.
Yeah.
And something's happening every 10 minutes.
Yeah. I love great fucking
Dude,
film.
when they go into the bunker and it's booby trapped.
When they come across
the wounded
plane
soldier,
and then he kills them,
and then he gets stabbed, and then he bleeds out, and then he's left by himself.
Fucking movie, man. Great movie. Anyway, shall we move on to some hotlines?
We shall, and I will say this, I've heard some rumbles that the Parasite English miniseries remake is coming.
No.
Yeah, it's coming well.
Wow. What do you mean a miniseries?
Like, instead of it being a film, they're making it like 6 episodes.
Wow.
Do you think you'll like it?
When you hear rumbles, what's that, 2 years' time, or like, what are we talking?
Production, probably 2 years, yeah.
But I don't want it to be done by English people. You know what I mean? Like, I still want Korean characters and everything.
No, it's going to be American characters.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you've got the Korean characters, lad. It's available to watch.
Yeah, but then I've got to do subtitles.
If there was one film that could get you to do subtitles, I think it would be that film.
And it hasn't got me to do it.
All right, we're going in Raw again.
Raw dogging it?
Yeah.
Me to Pat after he accepts the $1 billion.
Hey boys, been a while. Keith here.
Do it, brah.
Keith.
2 things. Spewing, I missed your fucking show in Perth. I was in hospital that day with a broken ankle.
So good.
Yeah, broke it playing real footy, Australian rules. Fuck that NRL shit. Fuck you, Pat. No, I'm joking. Another thing. Are you guys coming back to Perth? Because I'm actually fucking spewing. I missed
December,
the show.
mate. December.
I get if you don't want to come back to Perth. It's pretty fucking boring city.
You just got me sick as fuck. Shout out to Elliot
don't put this in car. Fucked it. Fucked it.
Awful hotline.
Terrible hotline.
Shout out to fucking... For some reason, I got Kiefer and Elliot fucking mixed up. I think they're both very tall. I don't know. Anyway, we will be back at Perth. We're going to do another tour at the end of the year.
We're doing the next tour, guys, will be the Ojskers run, where we're going to basically, at each stop, reveal the nominees.
Yeah.
And do a little bit of award ceremony type stuff. And then we've got the actual Ojskers.
Which we're still yet to decide where that'll be.
But I will reveal it's not going to be in Perth.
No, the actual O2s won't be in Perth. But
And,
you guys
and it
turned
won't
out
be
for
in
us.
Brisbane and it won't be in Adelaide. So it's
No,
basically
you know
it might
what?
be
I
Melbourne
think-
or Sydney.
But that's mainly just because of venue reasons. 'Cause
Brisbane, I love that crowd.
Brisbane, you guys showed the fuck up. You know what I mean? But it's hard to find venues in Brisbane for whatever reason for what we're trying to do. But you guys sold probably the most merch. You guys sold the second biggest crowd. Like,
I'm going to
Brisbane
rank the
fucking
crowds.
turned up.
I'm going to rank the crowds. Do you mind if I do that?
Please.
In last place, Sydney. Just for me personally, I just don't.
But can you just do it based off this tour? Not preempted
That's
off
what I'm
your
saying.
other shows. Okay.
Off this tour, Sydney.
Okay.
For the amount of people that were there, the noise levels didn't relate.
Okay.
Coming in at second last place, Brisbane crowd 2
Really?
because of old Crybaby. Not
Yeah,
Crybaby,
but no,
old
but
Cry.
Brisbane crowd 1, you were saying no one engaged when we'd asked them things.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But they were very responsive with their laughs. Oh, I don't know. Brisbane's so good. I take it back. I love all of you.
I thought Sydney was good.
But Sydney was, there has to be a worst. It's got to be Perth, doesn't it? It's Perth. Perth was the shittest.
No, but I don't think we gave Perth a great show. I'm not happy with how we performed in Perth. I'm not. I'm not happy with how we performed in Perth.
Neither am I. And Ava, I want you to admit you waited for us in the car park. It's okay. I don't mind. Because the second we got into the car park, the car lights went on. And I know you knew we were there because we put on our story that we were in that car park before the show. So I don't care, but I'd love to know.
Okay.
Hey boys, listening to your episode 200.
Cut it.
Just want to
Cut
say
it.
congratulations.
Cut it. Not listening to that.
Thank you for congratulating us, but that was awful sound quality. I felt that had potential.
Hey boys,
Don't care.
I just
Mustafa.
wanted to call up to say thank you so much for putting on a massive show in Melbourne
Sick
the
cunt.
other night. What a fun night it was.
Sickest cunt.
I'll definitely see you boys again next year for your next tour. And happy episode 200.
Thank you,
Let's
Mustafa.
urge, bro. SJ, lads.
Eshay Mustafa, look, lad, it's probably look. The dollar odds are about $1 of you being nominated for You Wouldn't of the Year.
He's already nominated. I'm
You're
putting it
basically
down there.
nommed. So
Unless you block us on everything from here on out,
Mustafa, you will be at the next tour because you'll be nominated.
you'll be nominated.
You'll be up for You Wouldn't of the Year, my brother.
Yes, my brother.
Boy, I just got home from the Sydney show. That shit was so fucking funny. Last year, I tried to come, right?
I know who
But
this is.
I was 17 at the time, and I didn't realise that it wasn't all ages. So then I tried to get past Seki, and I didn't make
Oh,
it
that's
in.
right. I remember
But
you.
this year, I'm 18, and I could come.
Let's go. It was him and his
But
redhead friend.
I tried to bring a little cousin, who is 14, and he gets in. He didn't even fucking get
Right.
carded.
Yeah. Oh,
God damn. Anyway, so it was really fun. Thank you, guys. Have a good
Legend,
one.
bro.
thank you, brother. I remember he had his headphones on. Sick cunt.
I gotta say, I really do have to say, I just genuinely have a question for boys. Why do you guys not go and do things? I'm just interested because when there's men in our crowds, 95.89% of the time, they've been brought by their girlfriends and they do kind of listen. But I reckon there is 5% of blokes that actually want to go to the show so they buy the ticket themselves and either they bring a mate or whatever it is. 5%, I reckon. Genuinely.
It's definitely heavily
Like
female
so low.
orientated.
I was shocked because when we went to Melbourne and Sydney, I saw those two guys that just called in. There was one dude that came to Melbourne on his own. That was the only guy I've ever seen in my
And there were the
life go to
three
a
Central
show
Coast
on his own, who
dudes.
was a sick cunt, and the 3 Central Coast dudes.
Yeah.
So that is, I can count on my fingers how many blokes went without the influence of girls pushing them to do it. So I genuinely just have it. I genuinely am interested. as to why the support levels are so different between girls and boys. And I do personally think it goes a lot deeper than just, I can't remember. I think there's a much deeper reasoning behind it all. I'm not saying because of like about us, but I'm just saying that is a great.
I just think girls are more organised with shit. The amount of things I put in our group chat, like, boys, let's go do this. And we're like, yes, that sounds mad. And then like it comes and like, fuck, we forgot to even organise it. Like it's here. Like I think girls are just a lot more on top of things and organised with things, personally.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think there's a lot more to it, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I'd love to know, like, genuinely, if someone calls up and is like, this is why I didn't go. And I'm talking about people that have the money to go and can, you know, block out time is what I mean.
Okay.
I would just love to know.
Hey boys, love the pod, love the live show. I just wanted to mention when you guys were talking about Trump abolishing the Department of Education, but what I believe that also means that public schools are no longer funded by the government, and it means that it's not mandatory for kids to go to school.
Yeah.
And then he also cut all the funding for the disability kids, so there's no like education assistance for any disability kids in America, which is just fucked. So if you're not rich enough to go to school, it's pretty much a third world country, so they're fucked. What a fucking cunt. I fucking hate him. Anyways, love the pod. Bye.
Thank you. Yeah, that's fucked.
Did you hear what else they did?
That is fucked.
The government added a journalist to this group chat to organise like a meeting. And then they sent war plans about Yemen or something accidentally into that group chat that the journalist was in instead of another group chat. And this journalist got sent all this information about like a bombing they had planned. And then a few days later it happened. He was like, I got sent all this shit. They're fucked. Worst country ever.
Yeah, that's not the pod. I'm in year 9 this year, so we just had nap plan. That's all thank you, Pat, because I used a story that you talked about earlier on the pod about the walkie-talkies in the bush and the dad that went off to war and that. So, yeah, cheers. Yeah, thanks, Pat. Love you.
You're a sick cunt.
What was that?
I used to always use it for my nap plan and shit of like a son and a dad, and they used to play in the bush with walkie-talkies together. And then like the dad went missing or something, and then like one day this guy came back to his childhood home and found the walkie-talkie and said, Dad, and then it replied, son, and then it's like the end of the story.
That is so funny.
That is so fucking funny.
Last one. Can you say it, Kyle?
Last one.
Hi, boys. Goat pod, by the way.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say, every time Pat says bald, he says it as bold. And now all I can picture when you guys talk about the pilot app is a big, bold man being bold. Bye.
That's bold, not bold. Yeah. Sorry, can we please play that one? That was bad quality. That's like my OCD is telling me I have to listen to it. You can take your headphones off if you want. You know what I mean? It's the second one.
Hey, boys.
Nah, that's before. Yeah.
Hey boys, welcome to your episode 200. Just want to say congratulations. And I also have a would you rather for you. Would you rather fuck a goat and no one knows? But
everyone knows. Thank you so much for the. Thank you.
This is why I don't like OCDs. It makes me listen to things like that. Bean spillers. We're going to spill just a little bit of something. You know what I mean?
Medium hot.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Laters.
Obvious.